The Azure Vault is a level 70 dungeon. It features 4 bosses and is one of Dragonflight's dungeons that is going to be in the Mythic Plus rotation for Season 1. Let's see how to complete this dungeon in both Mythic and Mythic Plus difficulties efficiently. Here's the guide. Leymore is the first boss in the Azure Vaults, and he is a big boy. The main mechanic of this boss is clearing lane line sprouts with Explosive Brand, which affects all players within range, and Erupting Fissure, a frontal cone AoE. It is important to destroy as many ley line sprouts as possible because of Consuming Stomp, which will increase Leymore's damage due to arcane power and will also damage all players, so healers, beware. Also, upon destroying a ley line sprout, a volatile sapling will spawn. It will explode with stinging sap, which should be avoided. Tanks and healers should be aware of Infused Strike because it hits pretty hard.
And
Is that it? Did we do it?
We gotta kill the slimes.
Got some AoE here.
Doing the AoE.
Oh my god, we did mechanics. You know what also hits really hard? Hitting like, hitting subscribe, and that notification bell for more original Dragonflight content, guides, and tutorials. It helps out this channel. Thanks. Azureblade is a 2-phase boss fight. During the first phase, he will be casting Arcane Cleave, so tanks position the boss facing away from the group. The boss will also spawn Draconic images. Position the boss next to this ad for cleave damage. Also, interrupt or stun its illusionary bolt. Upon this ad dying, it will cast unstable magic, so everybody should avoid it. The boss will also cast an avoidable ancient orb during this fight. The second phase of this fight will have Azureblade go to the center of the room. During this phase, everybody will be taking periodic damage, so everybody should be using healing and damaging cooldowns to get through this phase smoothly. Also, the boss will be throwing out ancient orb fragments, so everybody should sidestep these avoidable damage orbs. This phase will pass after all the ads are killed. Keep in mind that killing each Draconic illusion will trigger unstable magic, just like it did in the previous phase. Just do the first phase per usual again, rinse and repeat as necessary.
Oh no, Brian.
More damage.
We have no healing, that's why I'm dying.
Do mechanics. Don't zoom, do mechanics.
Wait, all mechanics, no zoom. And I die.
We can do it.
We got it, we got it.
Easy.
Nice.
There we go.
Telash Greywing is the third boss and is a very important intermission phase that all party members need to be efficient with. When the boss reaches 100 energy, he will basically be invulnerable due to Glacial Shield, and he will activate a Vault Rune. All players need to be in this rune by the end of Absolute Zero's cast, otherwise it will basically be an instant death unless you have some sort of immunity. The Vault Rune is disabled after it has been used to shield at least one party member. I highly suggest you all shield yourself in the same rune, especially during Tyrannical weeks. The boss will also cast Frost Bomb throughout the entire fight. Party members will need to stick close together but not overlap so less mobile classes and specs can move around the arena without being slowed down too much. Icy Devastator will also be cast on a random party member, so healers, be careful. Defensive cooldown should be used, and healers should really be careful to top them off ASAP.
I think we all
We can try stacking. Yeah, try stack. Okay,
No,
don't
we're not
stack.
doing that again. Nope.
Do
nope,
not
nope.
stack.
Nope. Nope.
Stack bad.
Let's not do that.
Mike, what a horrible fucking idea that.
I'm sorry.
Umbrelskul, the last boss of the Azure Vault, is a spiky dragon boy. Oppressive Miasma is an aura that emanates from the boss throughout the entire fight. It is technically a curse, so healers and other specs that can dispel should dispel this annoying movement slow. Tanks, watch out for Dragon Strike, and healers, watch out for Unleashed Destruction. At every quarter of the boss's health pool, he will spawn immobile ads called Detonating Crystals. All of these ads will have a dot called Fracture. On top of these annoying ads, one of these ads will have an absorb called Crystallize. Ranged DPS should help take this specific one down if there is no melee assigned to it already. Arcane Eruption and Crackling Vortex should also be avoided around the arena. Lastly, all players should dodge a line AoE called Crystalline Roar.
It's so slow. Easy.
Yes! Best in slot.